Hey everyone, so this is one of the smartest question asked in 2025 from TCS. So involving simple compound, okay, so not bringing up some plan, continuous flows or other complex compound, just it involves only reformat and the deeper concept, okay. So let's dive into the question. So if you know the answer for this question, you can skip this entire video, or you must see the entire video to understand the entire data flow, okay. So that is very important. And if you fail in this one, then they won't even consider your profile, okay. So because this is a basic, and then it involves some amount of, like some amount of component concepts, okay, involved. So let's look into the question right now. So the question given is, consider below input data flows, okay. So here input file is flowing to a reformat and is flowing to the output, okay. So that's a given scenario, and they're giving a constraint, okay, in the reformat, okay, this component they've given the select condition, okay. So we have many parameters here, select and a transform, you have output index and indexes and so many things, okay. So they have specified the select condition as this one, okay. So next in sequence less than 10, and again, okay, again inside the transform, okay, you open the transform of the reformat and then you give this two lines, okay. So what will be the output? So this is a ask here, okay. So no need to explain further. So this is a given constraint, okay. One condition is there, and then the transform rules also given, okay. So everything is given. You have to map the input to the output, okay. So input, what the like input they have given from 1 to 10, okay. So 1 to 10. So you have to determine the, like you have to give the expected output, okay, from ranging from 1 to 10, satisfying the above condition given, okay. So I'll just tell you, okay, I'll just tell you failures, okay. So many candidates fail, okay, in this scenario, okay. So before we dive into the actual concept, they fail, okay, they fail at the first point, okay. First point, when the recruiter asks how many data comes outside, okay, like data comes after reformat, okay, after transform. So uh, you have 10 input file, and then what will be the amount of output, okay, amount of rows records in the output side, okay. So if you tell 10, then wrong, okay. So this one will be wrong, okay. So it should be, I mean, technically it should be other than 10. So we have to find out how it's going to be other than 10, okay. So you cannot, like, you cannot map, I mean, you cannot transform these rows without proper understanding of the reformat behavior, okay. So first question they will ask you is that after giving the scenario, how many records comes outside, okay. So first one will be how many records come, okay, records, like record comes, okay, after transform, okay. And second question, if you tell the correct answer, okay, so 5 is the correct one. If you tell the correct answer, they will ask you to explain the data flow. So the thing is, of even after you, okay, you tell the correct answer, then they will deep, okay, they will go deep, they will go deep, and then they will ask you, how are you telling this, okay, how are you telling the answer is 5, okay, please explain that, okay. Then you have to take each row, and then you have to explain uh, why you are getting only 5 rows, okay. So and then they will tell you how, what are the rows from ranging from 1 to 10, how are you selecting those rows, and what is happening inside, okay. So this is a ask, okay. So they will test your deeper concepts, and then this one is I think 2 plus, okay, 3 plus years experience, okay. So you like 3 to 6, okay, who are like, I think they will get this question type of sort of question. So it's a simple one. So it involves core concepts, okay, that's it. So let's get into the design is already given. Let's get into the concept checklist, okay. So this one is a, like I just assumed, okay. So let's crack the code. Let's see the map the each record, and then we'll find out how many how records are like going outside, okay, transform. So concept checklist, okay. So first one, you need to know runtime behavior of reformat. So this is highly important. So it's highly important for all the component, but for this use case, you need to understand the reformat behavior for each rows, okay. So that's a, I mean, that's a thing for all the components. So for each rows, how does the reformat behave, okay. So one row, okay, one row for example, the row first row, okay, one data one comes into reformat, and what is happening inside the reformat, okay. So this is available in our official website, okay, in our abinitio.com. You can refer that. You can refer the help file as well, okay, if you have. You can see it in a tool as well, okay. So please do study on this one. This is a very highly important, even this is a delight question as well, okay. So delight to question, okay. So just theory alone, okay. Runtime behavior of reformat, okay. So we'll just see the second concept checklist, okay. So second one, so second one is nothing but next in sequence. So you should not be confusing around next in sequence method function and the invocation number, okay. So you should not confuse around these two things, okay. Okay, these two are entirely different. So for this use case you need to understand about the next in sequence, okay. Okay, so these two are highly important, okay. So these two are highly important for this use case. You have to understand these two in order to solve this entire use case, okay. So you not now tell them a proper answer, okay. So we'll just see first one by one, okay. So given they are given the design, and then they are given the constraint, okay. So what is the rule they have given, okay. So they have given you have to apply the select parameter next in sequence less than 10, okay. So this is one of the rule they have given, and then in the transform you just going to print out.id and in.id. So 1 1 2 2. So first column will be same as your input, okay. So and then what about second, okay. Out.result equal to next in sequence function. They're just calling the function, okay. So here they have called the function in the transform select parameter, and then again in the transform they have given, they are again calling this sequence method, okay. So let's see what happens with for every record, okay, so that you may get a clear picture, okay. So I want you to understand the clear picture, uh, okay. So for the input, okay, 1. So what happens, okay. So if you know the runtime behavior of reformat, I think I don't have to explain you, but the thing is like if the records come inside, okay. So for example, if one is going inside reformat, the first thing, okay, so first thing what it does, okay, it just takes, okay, takes the first takes the record, okay, input record, and then it just applies the select, okay, runs the select, okay. So here what happens, next in sequence will give you 1, okay. First time when Abinitio is triggering this function, it will be 1, okay. So for the first input, let's go with the let the BRE, okay. So the BRE they given, the rule they given, next in sequence less than 10, okay. So we'll consider this one as a select condition, okay. So 1, so input is 1, and then select condition next in sequence less than 10, okay. So this will get resolved to 1, okay. So 1 is less than 10, okay. The rule is getting satisfied, okay. Then what happens, then the record will get processed to a transform, okay, then only, okay. If it is green, okay, if you are pausing this, okay, then your transform, let's say I'm putting transform here, okay. So this will give a clear picture, okay. So after this what happens, transform, in the transform id wala it will get print, and then your result wala, okay. So result will be the next in sequence, okay, next digit, okay. So first sequence, the sequence started with the 1, and then next time, okay, for the same record Abinitio executes the next time, okay, again it executes the next in sequence. So after 1, what's the number, 2, okay. So 2, so your id would be same as your input, okay, 1. So 1 comma 2, okay. So this is after transform, okay. So output would be 1 comma 2. So this is output, okay. Let's go for the second one, okay. So now here, so first record is done and dusted, okay. It's sent to output, okay. Then again the reformat reads the second record. So when it does the reading, okay, so your national sequence now it will be 3, okay. So because the third time, okay, so the sequence number, okay, you are following a sequence here, so 1, and then after in the transform it's 2, and then now after for the second record third time your next sequence will be getting executed, and then it will be 3. Okay, so 3 is less than 10, so obviously true. And then we are going for transform. So here in transform, your in id equal to out id, so that is fine. And then your result, okay, so result voila, so rest in sequence. Okay, so that one would be after 3. Okay, so that will be 4. Okay, so here output would be 2 comma 4. So let's go for third row. Okay, for the third row, your next in sequence would be after 4. Okay, so after 4 it would be 5. 5 less than 10. So select, okay, and select parameter. So what happens? So this one is again true. Okay, so your transform now here is after 5. Okay, so after select runs, okay, for the third record, for the same third record, it will get paused. Okay, so third record will get paused, and then it will send to transform function. And then here in transform, id is same. Okay, id is 3, and then your result is after 5 6. Okay, next sequence. This is the same as your output 3 comma 6. Now 4th id. Okay, so here, so when it comes to the fourth record, the previous national sequence, it ended with the 6. Okay, so now here it's 7 less than 10 in select. Okay, so that's obviously true. Now here you have the fourth id, and then after 7, okay, national sequence higher. Okay, so after 7 you have 8. Okay, so output again 4 comma 8. Okay, so now fifth row. So now here after 8, so previous next sequence ended with the 8, so now next sequence will be getting executed, and then the next number is 9. Okay, so 9 is less than 10. Yeah, that's correct, true. And then your record will get paused. Okay, only when it's like a filter. Okay, sorry. Okay, so only when this is true, then your transform will execute, and then you will get and say transform it your id 5, and then the next sequence. Okay, so next number to 9 is 10. Okay, so your output is 5 comma 10. Okay, now when it comes to sixth row, okay, sixth id, okay, input here the next number. Okay, so next number would be 11. Okay, so 11 less than 10. Okay, so we don't have the proper conditions working. Okay, so this is false. Okay, so what will happen? This one will get discarded. Okay, same for the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Okay, so for all this you'll be getting discarded. Okay, so discarded inputs. Okay, records. So they may ask you. Okay, so even after you tell the proper result. Okay, so this is a proper output, so I'm just marking for you. Okay, so even after you tell this proper thing. Okay, so I'll just mark this one. Okay, so even after you tell this proper answer, proper data flow, if you explain this proper data flow, they will ask you how many records are discarded. Okay, so here 5. Okay, so 5 is selected, and then 5 discarded. Okay, based on this condition. So the result would be 1 comma 2, 2 comma 4, 3 comma 6, 4 comma 8, 5 comma 10. Okay, so now here you just have to delete these things. Okay, so 1 comma 2, 2 comma 4, 3 comma 6, 4 comma 8, 5 comma 10. Okay, that's it. So that's the answer for this use case. I think now it will be clear for you. Yeah, so if you are little bit like careless, like if you show your, I mean, if you think like you are confident on action sequence, okay, you have to think once more, because it's a recent question asked. So if you slip a little bit, like you may get knocked out. Okay, out of the interview. Okay, so this is a simple one. So may you just mainly understand the concept checklist. Okay, so these two are important, and then rest like you can take care of the data flow in your mind. Okay, so when you calculate in your mind in an interview, you should be like you should think properly. Don't be in a hurry. Okay, take your time, even if it's like 2 or 3 minutes. Take your time and then answer the question properly. So I'll just see you guys in the next video. Okay, so if you like the video, please do, please do share it with your friends, and then let them know. Okay, so because like this is a reason, I think around June. Okay, June 2025. Yeah, so share them. Okay, share with them, and then if you have any other interview question, like please ping me. Okay, please uh, share that of the to this mail ID. Okay, so we'll just try to answer back. So we are getting like a lot of requests. Okay, so I'll just process that. So and then we'll just get back. Okay, so until then, tata, bye bye.